Welcome to IDB everyone, it is Andrew here with Nomad's new wireless charging hub. So not only does it have wireless charging built in, it has 4 additional USB ports. So 5 ports total, 5 different outputs with wireless charging on the top and a USB-C port that supports fast charging for the iPhone X and iPhone 8 as well as many other Android devices. This is a really nice combo device because it not only gives you a really solid wireless charger that supports the fast wireless charging for the iPhone X and the iPhone 8 up to 7.5 watts of output, but it also supports all those different USB ports. Usually we see one or the other. We see a really solid wireless charger or we see a USB hub that charges many devices. So this is one of few devices that kind of combines those two together. Inside of the box, you're going to find the usual suspects, pretty much what you would imagine, a power cable and the charging hub itself. My biggest problem with this hub in general is the power cable. It is a 1.2 meter cable, which I found to be a little bit short depending on your situation, but the power brick is quite large. Of course, it needs to be a little bit large to handle the 30 watts maximum output from this guy, but it's just a little bit hard to put into your surge protector depending on where you've got placement. Basically, it can go on your bottom of your outlets or the last one on your surge protector. Other than that, it's going to block a bunch of other ports. While you check out all the nice marketing images for the wireless hub, it looks great with Nomad's cables. Unfortunately, Apple doesn't allow third-party manufacturers to make USB-C to Lightning cables. So if you want to utilize that fast charging that'll give you 50% charge in only 30 minutes, you do have to buy or already own Apple's USB-C Lightning cable. Hopefully that will change in the near future. So port-wise, we can see on the bottom we have 2 1 amp USB ports, a 2.1 amp USB port, a 3 amp USB port, and then that barrel cable connector for the actual power. The 3 amp USB-C slot, that is capable of 15 watts of output, so 3 amps times 5 volts give you 15 watts of output. So it'll somewhat charge your MacBooks if you're using USB-C, but it will definitely be slow. Of course, it is plenty for your iPhone. On the front of it is a really nice touch here. Below that Nomad logo, you notice that tiny little rectangle? That is actually an ambient light sensor, because on the top of the unit there are several LEDs, and those let you know the status of what is currently plugged in and charging, and those correspond to the ports underneath. But do you really want those bright and glaring at you in the nighttime? Probably not. This ambient light sensor will tell when it's dim and automatically lower the brightness of the LEDs. Of course, Nomad also built in some really nice cable management so you don't have cables kind of flopping everywhere. There's a little ridge in the back that securely keeps them in place. Once you got the power plugged in and routed through the cable management along the back, you're good to go. Put your phone on there, you'll see the charging LED is already lighting up as soon as I have placed my phone up there. Now, I've been super impressed with this charger. I mean, I really like it. So when I'm trying to find things to criticize, you have to start getting nitpicky. And one of those tiny little nitpicks is the fact there is a little bit of bleed when the LEDs are already bright. You can see, even though that first one is lit up, you can start to see the color, that amber color in the second one over. When they are done charging, that amber color will go away and will be replaced with a white color, so you can see the status of whatever is plugged in. As we mentioned before, if you do use Apple's USB-C to Lightning cable and an iPhone X, iPhone 8, or 8 Plus, you can use fast charging, get 50% charge in only 30 minutes. If we compare this to Nomad's other hub chargers, they pretty much look identical at first glance, with the biggest giveaway being obviously the new top on the newer model. The old models were pretty much solely USB hubs. They were really nice, really solid, and if you don't need wireless charging, they're an excellent option. They're even cheaper, but if you're looking for the kind of all-in-one solution, the new wireless hub is much better. Here's the bottom of the older one. You have 3 1 amp USB ports and 2 2.4 amp USB ports. The newer one, just as a refresher, you get 2 1 amps, so for something small, Apple Watch, AirPods, a 2.1 for something faster like an iPad or a battery pack, then USB-C output for fast charging an iPhone X or iPhone 8, or even plugging in a Retina MacBook. Overall, I absolutely love this hub. It is so handy, it pairs perfectly with all of Nomad's cables. I just would love if Apple opened up USB-C Lightning cables to third-party manufacturers, something I've been complaining and asking for much time now, which is not Nomad's fault, and I kind of wish that there was more than a 30 watt max output. I kind of really would love to have this on my desk and be able to plug my laptop into here and power my MacBook Pro, but of course I'm going to need a lot more than 15 watts of power to power that guy. If you're looking to keep your desk organized or a really great charger to take with you on the go, definitely check this guy out. It is a little bit of expensive, but considering it builds everything together, USB-C, all those USB ports, and wireless charging, I think it's actually a pretty solid deal. You can find a link for it below in the description and let us know what you think down in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe, and until next time, this is Andrew for IDB.